It's time now for the award-winning #1 local talk show in Northeast Pennsylvania, The Sam Lesante Show. Now here's your host, Sam Lesante.
Thank you for joining us, folks, and we're continuing our series on the road to the 2016 elections. Keep in mind, folks, remember I said if you have any comments, please let me know on sam@ssptv.com. Any candidate who is running is certainly welcome to come on the show. We'll listen to as much information as they can, as we want to give you as much information as possible. So I figured we continue on today with the person who ran for U.S. Congress in the 17th Congressional District, Dr. Dave Moylan, who is now the current coroner for Schuylkill County, and then we have the current person who is running against Matt Cartwright in the 17th Congressional District, Matt Connolly. First of all, gentlemen, thanks for coming on the Sam Lesante.
Pleasure.
Be here, Sam, as usual.
Now, here's the point, Doctor. You were in a situation with, as Mr. Connolly is right now. You decided to run for Congress. Okay. What was the reason you decided to run for Congress? What were some of the issues? And then I'd like to see where Matt feels in terms of what you were looking to achieve.
Sam, you know, I'm trained as a medical scientist, and what I saw as the key issue, this was back in 2013, was the sanctity of human life. As a medical scientist, I know that the unborn child is human and it's alive. What our society needs to do is to determine whether or not we're going to declare that a person and protect the unborn child as a person. And that was the key issue for me, and that's a journey that I started in 2013. And I have fond memories of the campaign. We had a primary contest, which I think is a healthy thing, and I know I was a better candidate coming out of it.
Absolutely.
But there was Matt Dietz, Matt Connolly, and myself, and we took a pledge before we got into the heat of the primary campaign that whoever came out on top, we were going to support that person. And I had 100% support from Matt Dietz and Matt Connolly. And I figured now, sitting on this couch with Matt Connolly, I'm fulfilling my pledge.
The pro-life thing is a touchy thing. I just got off the phone with a Monsignor, and I want to go back to that at one point in time in the show, and we want to show something where the candidates stand, because that's part of it. Okay, it's part of this entire package. Towards the end of your campaign, okay, you were making headway against Matt Cartwright, and at that particular point in time, correct me if I'm wrong, and I don't want to say anything that's not correct. That's when they began to attack you, correct?
Yes, with cheap shot mailers and everything. There was hardly enough time to even respond.
Yeah.
But
so when they attacked you, when Matt Cartwright attacked you, okay, was there any factual information on what he was saying about you?
well, it was distortion of facts. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And but anyway, I let that ride. But
no, I think Matt Connolly is going to be facing the same situation, okay? Yeah. And the fact that, you know, we had talked about a number of things. Certainly Cartwright's welcome to come on the show. I'd love to have him come on the show to explain why he supports Obama and all the things that are destroying the country. I guess that wasn't fair of me to say, but there's factual, right? So I have to tell the facts are facts. You as a medical doctor, you deal with facts. The sad part that I see is the fact that our public gets misled, okay? Because someone has a lot of money, okay? And they could say, if they say it long enough, they begin to believe it, okay? I'm looking at these ads today, and I want to throw up, to be very honest with you, because I know they're all distorted, and they're trying to get this power back. So you witnessed that yourself, correct?
Indeed, I did. And I have to say that my campaign was underfunded, but we reached out to the grassroots, and we were able to come up with $80,000 of grassroots money. Mm-hmm. And again, I'm hopeful Matt Connolly's be able to best us on that. But I want to go back to the building of this whole movement. It started with Matt Cartwright's first challenge for his re-election, and our friend Lorene Cummings, who is now a commissioner in Lackawanna County, she was able to win 39% of the vote, I believe, that year. I got it up to 43%. And Matt Connolly, it's up to you to take it home.
I'm going to go with 55%.
Yeah. Matt, let's get back to let's get to you. Okay, so you know you've been on the show a number of times. You explained. So we have a candidate, okay, who is going to be supporting, according to what people have said on my show, like Dr. Greco, Congressman Barletta, a number of people, okay, even some Democrats, okay, right, who said, don't mention my name, but this is what they're saying. Obamacare, talk about that and the disaster that it is.
Well, Obamacare is really one of the most dangerous pieces of legislation to ever been passed because it structurally changes the relationship between the government and the citizens. It forces a person to buy something they may or may not want, and isn't for those on the other side who talk all about choice, why can't a person choose not to buy health care, especially if they're young and healthy? Why is something that was sold to us as saving every average family $2,500 a year completely wrong? It's costing more than $2,500 a year. They say, well, all these new people on health care. Well, what about all the people who have lost their health insurance because they can't afford it or because the policy that they were happy with, and remember the pledge, keep your plan, keep your doctor, they can't keep them anymore. They go online, they go to the exchanges, and they say, I can't afford this. And even if I could afford the premium, I now have an $8,000 deductible. And if you can't meet, you don't get any benefit until you reach that deductible every year. At that point, you really don't have health insurance. So it has never really fulfilled anything it claimed it was going to do, except those with pre-existing conditions. And we had high-risk pools for those. We have charities for those. That's not health insurance at that point. And they're ruining the system. We just had a number of, we just had Humana, Aetna, and United pull out of the exchanges because they're losing hundreds of millions of dollars a year trying to fit in this government mandate that has never been shown to work. Mm-hmm. I don't even think it was designed to work. I think it was designed to break the system to the point where the government, the government will fix anything until it's truly broken. Yeah. And then they'll say, well, now the government's got to take it over. And then we will have rationed care. We will have situations like they have in Canada and in Europe where you get diagnosed when you're curable, but because of the inefficiency in the lines, you get treated when you're incurable.
So you think the people in Lackawanna County know this?
They're learning it. They're learning it.
And the reason I say that is because I have a lot of great friends in Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Scranton's a great place.
I mean, it's a fabulous place. Okay. I mean, the Electric City. I mean, they're doing great, and they're beautiful people, man.
Yes,
okay.
Great community.
So, do you think for one moment that these people did not get affected by that when someone says, you could have your doctor the same, they found that wasn't the case. Do you think these people have been affected by that?
Absolutely. I'm in Scranton all the time, and I'm talking with folks, and I'm a very good friend of Lorraine Cummings, and she'll take me around and I'll meet folks, and they'll say, the Obamacare, it sounded so good. It sounded like this was really going to be something that was going to fix problems, and it hasn't fixed problems. It's made them worse. It's the law of good intentions, and then followed by the law of unintended consequences.
It's unfortunately, you're saying this. Congressman Barletta said it. Dr. Greco said it, and these are, and many other people said it. But you don't read about this. You don't read about the failure of the Obamacare. You don't read about it in the liberal papers. Okay. And here again, because I think my personal opinion is they want to become socialist government, and this is what they're pushing for. That's why they're supporting Hillary. Am I correct in saying that?
I'd like to echo what Matt has said here, and I've seen the barrier erected between my patients and myself in the practice of cancer medicine and the Simon Kramer Cancer Institute. There's now a third person in the room, and I spend many, many hours talking to insurance people, pleading with them to get the care that these people need.
That's right.
It's an abomination.
It is.
That's the thing. Okay, so now Matt Cartwright, who is the current congressman, has said that this Obamacare was the best thing that ever happened.
He said two important things. He said, A, it didn't go far enough.
Right.
That was on his website. And then he said, history will smile on it.
Yeah. So here again, and I would welcome Matt Cartwright to sit here because listen, as a person, I think he's a great person. I just don't know about his policies, okay? Because another thing that you have been very strong in supporting, and so have you been, Dave, is the fact that we have the coal industry. And when we've gone through this with Atlantic Carbon, and they're explaining about the difference of anthracite and coal and what the importance of anthracite.
Right,
okay,
right.
Not only that, but anthracite. Okay, right here in Hazleton, we have a mine fire that started in Janesville. Well, here's a company that's coming in and is eliminating that mine fire. In essence, saving the state of Pennsylvania millions of dollars. But the concern we had was, if no one went there, that mine fire can come right through the city of Hazleton because of the coal fields. So voting for Hillary means that company, she wants to put out of business. Where do you stand on that?
On coal?
Yeah.
Coal's a tremendous natural resource. You know, civilization and quality of life depends on reliable, cheap, and abundant energy. There's really no difference between, in the humanity point of view, between a developed nation like the United States and undeveloped nations, except the ability to access clean, abundant, and reliable energy. There are parts of Africa where the electricity comes on for a couple hours a day. You can't keep food refrigerated that way. Why do you think they have such malnutrition issues? They can't keep medicine refrigerated that needs it to be. That's why they have disease. It's one of the reasons why they have disease issues. The infrastructure, the electric grid, and making it inexpensive and abundant. When gas was $4 something a gallon, everything got more expensive. A loaf of bread that had to be trucked somewhere, everything gets more expensive. When energy, in the form of electricity, gasoline, diesel, etc., becomes inexpensive, it frees up the entire economy to become mobile again and to become productive again.
Remember, Mr. Connolly,
yes, sir.
We're just average people, and you're dealing with the people that want the New World Order, that are dealing with billions of dollars with the oil industry, and we're just people out there trying to eke out a living. Okay, so we're dealing with things that we don't really know what's happening. Gas should be down to like $1 a gallon, as we know the abundance we have, and John Rich should have had his liquefaction plant.
You're exactly right.
Okay, and they did everything they possibly could to stop that.
Because they have an agenda.
That's it.
Their agenda of this myth of renewable energy.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. It took 5 billion years to make the reserves in the earth, and we're not going to use them up in a couple hundred years. As a matter of fact, they have now projected that the natural gas reserves in America alone are good for 300 years. And eventually we will go to a hydrogen or something like that, but wind and solar, because of the energy density that they lack versus petroleum, nuclear, and other forms of hydrocarbons, it can never replace the grid for the needs that we have. We will get more efficient with LED lights and other things, but there are certain types of things, compressors and other things, that require a certain density of energy that solar and wind can never deliver.
Obama's policy is get rid of the coal industry. Hillary said, quote, I'm going to put them out of business, okay? Natural gas they're going after. It tells you something that, why are they against things that are good for the country? Cartwright says, ditto, I'm for that. And when I come in, I'm going to support that, if Hillary's the president.
Right.
I'm going to support it with Pelosi, okay, put her back in. And here's what you get. Pelosi's such a nice person. She's such a wonderful person. And she is. She really is. She doesn't belong, in my opinion, what's happening in this country, okay? Same thing with Cartwright. Folks, these are facts. On the road to 2016, facts are ugly things. We'll come back after this. Welcome back to the Sam Lesante Show, folks. On the road to the 2016 election is a series we started. We'll have all kind of people on here, folks, telling you about pros and cons. And remember, if you, the viewer, is interested in coming on the show, I'd love to discuss it with you. Please email me, sam@ssptv.com, or give us a call here at the station, Samson Productions. Be more than happy to discuss that with you. My guest today, the current coroner of Schuylkill County, Dave Moylan. He ran for Congress in the 17th Congressional District, as you recall, about 2 years ago. And the current candidate who's running against Matt Cartwright on the Republican ticket is Matt Connolly. Just briefly, incidentally, I meant to mention, you came out really big when you ran for Schuylkill County. You got 7,000 votes ahead of your opponent, which was congratulations to you.
Well, I appreciate the support I did get from my Schuylkill County, and I'm hoping that I can deliver those votes to Matt Connolly, because it would be critical.
The mere fact that you're here, I'm sure that you're you know, you're endorsing Matt Connolly, correct?
Without any hesitation.
Very quickly, I want my son to put this up where the candidates stand on life issues. Yeah, it's only about life, folks. Why should we be concerned about those unborn babies until it's your father or your mother who is sick? And the government says, well, you know what? They're not really good for society anymore. I think we cannot give them any medical help. Okay, they have to go. Oh, it means something now, doesn't it? If you watch the movie 33, where miners were covered in or trapped in the mine in Chile, they spent millions of dollars, which was rightly so, to protect those lives, to get them back. The Democrat platform wants to spend millions of dollars to kill unborn babies. Fact. Google it. Look at the Democrat platform, okay? So therefore, if you're a Catholic, how hypocritical can you be when you vote for a person that says, and put this up on the thing, where do the candidates stand? Okay, Hillary Clinton says she voted against partial birth abortion. Now, I'm not having a whole show on that. We're going to show what partial birth abortion is.
It's barbarism.
It's barbarism. They suck the brains. But
Yeah,
well, they do that. And I'm going to, this is what she supports. She also supports opposing a ban on taxpayer funding, which means we want the taxpayers to pay for this.
That goes against the Hyde Amendment, by the way.
Okay, so here we go again. This is your information.
Yeah.
Clinton supports Roe versus Wade, which allows abortion for any reason at any time of pregnancy. She will appoint pro-abortion judges, and here on the other side, Donald Trump supports a ban on late-term abortions, supports a ban on taxpayers paying for abortions, believes that Roe versus Wade should be reversed, and he will appoint Supreme Court justices to ban for the liberals.
Sam, Matthew Cartwright supports Hillary, and 100%. He has a 0% pro-life voting record. He says he's pro-life, 0% voting record.
He is not. He is not. He said that to get elected because he knew the good Catholics would say, oh, he's a Democrat and he's pro-life. He is not pro-life. Because you know what it's like saying back in the day that you're against slavery and you're going to release your slaves after your death, but you're going to keep them now. Hypocrisy. It is. It's
you know who I
hypocrisy.
feel sorry for? I really feel sorry for the bishops in this country, the cardinals in this country, the priests in this country, the ministers in this country, the rabbis in this country, who know that killing these unborn babies is unconscionable, okay? But yet we have Catholics. This is the hypocrisy. We have Catholics say, it's only one issue, and if a woman wants to do what she wants to do, see, they throw this on the women's that kind of stuff.
But here's the key. You know, a woman do with her own body.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Sometimes they compare it to a tumor or growth. Upon conception, unique DNA, often a different blood type, is in the fetus. That is no longer that woman's body. It is a body within that woman's body. Mm-hmm. She can do what she wants with her body, but she must respect the life of the new body within her. And that's something that a lot of people want to say, wait a minute, there's new and unique DNA, probably a different blood type. It's a separate body in the woman's body. Once you involved in a certain act, you are giving up your right to what happens to your body for the next 9 months. That's why, you know, I believe in the sanctity of life, regardless of the sins of the father or the irresponsibility of the mother, because there's no other way it can happen unintentioned.
It's such a thing that we call God's creation. See, I'm pro-choice. I'm pro-choice before you have sex.
That's right.
That's your choice.
That's right.
That's your choice. Your choice is, you know, if you're going to have sex, which is a great thing, you may be creating a human being. You know, when people were pregnant before, what did they say? My daughter's having a baby. Yeah. We're having a baby. Right. We're not having a blob or a mass like the liberal Democrats want to tell you.
They need to dehumanize it.
And
that's part of their
they're teaching these young high school and college kids that it's only a blob. Could you imagine when they have to answer to God? I mean, not that I'm being religious here. When they have to answer to God saying, I supported that. Dave.
Sam, I have a gift for you.
Oh, good.
This is a signed copy of the book called A Choice, Not an Echo, because I know you like choice, but it's by Phyllis Schlafly, who's 92 years old, and for the last 40 years she has single-handedly kept the pro-life plank in the platform of the Republicans. I'm proud to be a Republican because of people like Phyllis.
Yeah, well, my mother was 87 years old, and she, I told you, Matt, she decided one day, she said, A born Democrat. And when the Democrats were Democrats, they were fabulous.
Well,
they
back
were,
in the Democratic Party,
they were,
was like that.
It was the
that's not
best
party.
party. I mean, I was so proud to be a Democrat.
It's not that party anymore.
Okay, it is such a disgrace today.
Yep.
What the platform. Now, I'm talking about good Democrat. I mean, there's some great, like John Udechak. I think he's a fabulous person.
Right.
He's a great
Right.
Democrat. I mean, I don't think he, in my opinion,
Well, let's look at Ronald Reagan.
Yep.
Who was a great Democrat too, and then he realized that he didn't leave the party left him. John F. Kennedy today would be a Tea Party Republican.
Yeah, no question.
But yet the people are stuck in their label, and that's part of what's going to happen with this election, I believe.
Yeah.
People are going to give themselves permission to not look at the label of the candidate. They're going to look at the candidate. And that's going to be the difference.
You're in this situation, Matt. You know, Trump is the nominee. Okay, for those people like the liberal Hollywood group, you could tell they hate this guy because he's for family. He's for putting being accountable. You know, the welfare. It's gone crazy.
Right.
Immigration, just bring everybody in. Trump's saying no. We have to be careful with this. Now, does he say some things that are off the wall? Yes. But however, let's weigh the both candidates. What do you? I'm sorry, Dave.
Gentlemen, I'd like to go on record as saying that twice I voted for our magnificent Democratic governor, Bob Casey, because of his strong stance on human life.
Bob Casey, his son should take lessons from him. Okay, and I hear this stuff about, well, Senator Casey goes to church with his kids, and I think that's wonderful. But he's going to vote for Hillary, who says we're going to kill more kids.
That's right.
And he's going to support Hillary, who says let's get rid of the coal industry. And if I'm wrong, please, Senator Casey, I'd love to have you on my show. Tell me, okay, but you're talking about Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Right.
Okay, and there are a lot of people who are great friends of Cartwright. Okay, I like him as a person. I just don't agree what he's doing. So how do you combat that, Matt?
You spread the word. You simply, we are not what we say, we are what we do. Okay, our deeds define our person, not our words.
Ooh, that's a powerful statement.
And when a guy like Matt Cartwright says he's pro-life, but votes against the Fetal Pain Act, votes against defunding Planned Parenthood, it means he's not pro-life. It's that simple. When a guy who claims he's for the family, but supports all of Obama's amnesty and immigration policies that allow, anyone to come in here, that's not pro-family. When a guy says he's for the working person, but is for the entire removal of an industry like the coal industry, that's not pro-worker. Your deeds define who you are, not your words.
Well, and I'm welcoming folks, Congressman Cartwright, to come on my show. Would love for him to tell me why he supports all the things that Obama has done and Hillary, which I just stated, okay? But who cares about life anymore? I was watching a movie called Mothers and Daughters, and in the movie was Susan Sarandon. The girl gets pregnant, and her, she doesn't know what to do. So she decides that she may want an abortion. Long story short, she's in the clinic, maybe 6 weeks, 7 weeks pregnant. The lady comes, okay, we're ready to give you the shot. Hurry up, let's go. She said, just a second here. Here's what she says. I have to decide whether to kill my baby or not to kill my baby.
Right.
She didn't say glob or fetus. I was surprised because Susan Sarandon was in the movie, and
she's pretty pro.
Yeah, I mean, and so the thing was, and I applauded because I said, "There you are." Folks. When people were pregnant, they said
it is a child, not a choice.
Yes,
it's a child. The child is always
innocent.
innocent.
But who cares about life, Matt?
You know what was brought to my attention by a good friend of mine and a local radio host, Bobby Gunther Walsh. He has his 2 cents. He talked about Simona, the gymnast, the fantastic gymnast.
Yeah.
She was the perfect Planned Parenthood target. Born to a single mother who was somewhat unfit, father took off long ago in the inner city. Tell me she wasn't exactly what Planned Parenthood would say. Well, she has no future. This wonderful gymnast who made this entire country so proud was pretty much someone who they would have written off. It shows that, Ben Franklin said, what is the value of a newborn baby? Well, there you have it.
Yeah. Matt, not only that, and doctor, you see this all, how many doctors, how many scientists, how many people they are killing that could be great scientists and bring a lot to our society? We have no idea. Matt,
I think in the 58 million that have been aborted since 1973, the person that could have cured cancer.
And you're in it. You're in it every day. Matt, get a lot of money. Get a lot of money. It's unfortunate because you're going to be attacked for what you believe
I know
in.
that, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And you know what? At the end of the day, money can't buy votes.
Yeah.
Money can give a person exposure to the voters, but it can't buy votes.
I think Hillary Clinton thinks it can. I think Matt Cartwright thinks it can.
Well, Cartwright, Hillary, they're all part of the same machine.
Yeah, yeah. They think that if they continue to barge and come on to look across,
Right.
it, okay, you know what you said? You're judged by facts. You're judged by substance.
You're judged by your deeds, not your words.
We're going to do it again, and hopefully I can get Cartwright. I know you're going to have debates. And
Oh,
we'll be
absolutely.
talking.
I look forward to the debates.
Doctor, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks.
Folks, you're watching
Pleasure.
the Sam Lesante Show. Sam at ssptv.com. It's going to get interesting, folks. We're on the road to 2016. I know some of you staunch Democrats are really upset. Come on the show. Tell me why you think we should be aborting babies, get rid of the coal industry, bring people in who we don't have no idea was bringing in. Tell me about your health care. Tell me what happened to your situations. They're facts. We'll see you next time.